Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to the PRIDEcast, the podcast where we talk about being gay and having fun with it. However, this time around, as you guys know, and it's been the thing for the last 2 episodes, and I don't know why I keep repeating it. I just don't have an intro for this. We're just talking about content, being gay, and gay content creators are fun. See this person. Look, they're on 3D. They have 2 more dimensions than I do.
I am difficult indeed. Yes.
Yeah, 3D stands for too fucking difficult.
Hey, it's a lifestyle. I'll say that.
Folks, as you can see, we're transcending the limits of what the VTubing community is because we have literally a one-dimensional person and a 3D person standing right next to each other. We're truly breaking the physics of VTubing from the flat to the 3D, the material to the material, to the unfortunate circumstance of being a Genshin content creator. We have here Twig. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm vibing. Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, my Discord was like, we're not detecting your mic input, but hi. Yes, I'm actually trying to get out of the Genshin sphere.
Oh, I see, and I see that you're oh my god, I was gonna say something so mean. Can I say it? Is that okay?
You can. Go ahead.
I see that you're failing spectacularly.
Yeah, thank you. I realize this.
No, I'm joking. Listen, change is hard. YouTube doesn't like change. Just like me, I don't like change.
It really doesn't. Like anything that I post that is not Genshin, it just
it's
does
like,
not get
what
out
is
because
this?
YouTube's like,
Disgusting.
you're the Genshin woman, right? I'm gonna feed this only to Genshin people. No one else will. It's just going to people who like Genshin because that's your demographic. But I think
that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing that I was like really afraid of when I first started like niching down a little bit. It's just like, but I don't want just people to know me as the fashion guy. I have a personality. I don't. I really don't. But I pretend to have one, and that tends to work. As you can see, folks, we might be having some difficulty because this person, unfortunately, apparently lives in a third-world country and has bad internet. So,
that third world country is America, by the way. It's horrible.
Oh, I heard things about Comcast. I heard.
It is interesting to say the least. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you notice that we have very similar color palettes, except for the fact that I'm a lot pinker than you are.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe we're twins. Have you thought about that?
I have. So when I started, I didn't have like the long hair or anything, but after the redesign, I have come across like 4 or 5 other VTubers who are very similar designs to me or color palettes, and I'm like, honestly, I stan it.
Honestly though, but like that is the thing. That is the thing that we have to realize that maybe it's just a good color palette, It's so good that people just have it. And also, I am a very big personally, I'm a very big proponent of who the fuck cares? Like
yeah, exactly.
This is my color palette and I enjoy it, and sure, you might have it, but you're not gonna pull it off the same as I do. Because I am better. Just kidding. But no, it's just
No. I fully accept that. You are indeed better.
I mean, we don't really have the same color palette. We just have the same hair color, and I guess the same color eyes. Are your eyes supposed to be like? I mean, mine are supposed to be like brown with orange highlights.
Mine are very much yellow/orange.
Yeah, you put some pee on your eye. How did
that sounds unpleasant?
Did you know that's actually a thing though? There's some people out there. No. Okay, listen. I know the podcast is about your content and you, but you don't matter. I have to talk about this. So apparently there's a thing, like an actual the Lulu people who believe that the healing power is stored in pee, and so they use pee as different treatments for different ailments. There was one woman that she was on like an article on the news. She was on the news. Ever turn into the news? She was on the news for saying that she would drink her own pee and also put it up her eyeball to cure her cancer.
This, huh?
Are you that woman?
First of all, okay. The fact that you just know this off the rip.
Listen,
Like,
I
this is just
Google.
common
Listen,
knowledge for
okay,
you.
no, listen. I Google. I am a man of facts. I am a man of knowledge, infinite knowledge, as you can see. Uh, I am just a person who research. Ever heard about that? Ever heard about doing that instead of your dinky little meme videos?
About piss?
I mean, sometimes the mind just knows what it wants.
No. I'm not hearing you out on this.
Listen, we broke into this cafe one more time. You know what? At this point, I'm not regular, At this point, I'm just here every Sunday having fun with the folks over here. They keep calling the police. I keep telling them, hey, I'm just going to be here for just like a couple hours, It's not going to... I'm probably not going to do anything bad.
Order one drink and then you're like staying here for like 3 hours. The wait staff is like, God fucking damn it.
Do you know that? I mean, listen. I understand that there is people out there. I mean, I'm an extrovert. I do go out sometimes, maybe whenever I feel enough energy to do so. But I still don't like. I am so socially awkward that I don't like to unfortunate people and just like I get a drink and it's just like, oh, did you want milk with that? I mean, I guess I did. Is that the only option? I'm sorry. Yes, I would like milk. Thank you. Or it's just like, so this comes with 2 pounds of sugar. Are you okay with it? It's just like, yeah, I am. I'm not totally on a diet. I'm sorry. You know what? Put more sugar in. Do you want me to pay you?
If it's easier for you, do it.
Exactly. I am the exact same type of person. People tend to think that I have a lot of confidence just because, I mean, look at me. I am this gorgeous, right?
Right.
But I actually don't have that much confidence. Actually, I am very
really.
No, seriously. Every single time I think that people are gonna stop watching me any second now. No, I'm serious. Like I'm that serious. Like we were talking about this before before the recording.
I mean, I feel like that is a insecurity that pretty much every creator has. Like, oh my god, these people are going to leave.
No, yes,
these
yes.
people are not staying.
You know what the worst part is, though? The worst part is, and the reason why I feel so awkward, yet I still do it because I'm a streamer. I have to. But I love it when there are people there to actually react to what I do because it's just like you pull off something that sounds really funny in your mind. You deliver it so well, and there's like crickets. And there's just like
silence.
I know, and then you're like, I am so funny.
I thought that was funny.
No, but here's the thing, though. People probably do find that funny. It's just that they don't talk because they like to give us anxiety.
Yeah.
And that is the thing. It's just when you. That is the thing. The hard thing about being a streamer, particularly, and not even so much as a video content creator, because video content creation is fine. Because I mean, you are expecting people.
You can edit all the awkward parts.
Oh,
out.
I know. You can really produce the thing. You can really produce it. But yeah, it's just when you're streaming, when you're doing it live, it's just like, oh yeah, I suck. I am actually not funny at all. In fact, I'm so ugly, and I should probably clap the stream right now. Because. I mean, this is just me spilling out my own insecurities at this point. By the way, say hello to my little friend. I pressed the wrong. I pressed the wrong toggle, so you know what? He's just here now. And if I don't have any kind of feedback loop, I'm like, I get stuck for a really long time until I actually figure it myself out. So I like programs like this in which I get to have somebody to bounce it. And recently, in recent streams, which by the way, I did not even say my name. Hi, my name is Rinen.
Well, I think I could tell that by your username, your handle.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, listen. So maybe folks at home don't know what they're watching. Have you ever thought about that? I don't think people are.
Maybe
smart.
someone just put us on a TV and forced their roommates to watch.
You know what? That would be my greatest honor.
It's happened to me a few times, and
Has
every
it?
time I was like, "Holy shit, I'm on TV!
Wait, talk about it.
Holy shit!"
Talk about it.
Uh,
Talk about the time that you were on the telly. What happened?
well, I mean, like, normally it's just one of my chatters so they, like, put me on the TV, and they were like, "I'm gonna go multitask, say hi to my roommates," and I'm like, "Hi!"
Yeah, it's like, okay, but do you, you know, I see this often. Do you ever take like the opportunity to like mess with your viewers when they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put you on speaker. My dad's right next to you. Like, is that something that you do?
No, not really.
Because I've seen people do that, and I'm like, I mean, it's kind of nice, I guess, to have the amount of viewers that you can do that, but also. I would feel. I would be like, sorry, am I too loud? So I can. I can stream right now. Don't worry. You can spend time with your dad. It's okay. Ah.
I mean, I've had a few moments where, like, people
Mhm.
have come into my chat and they're like, "Oh, I'm watching you in class," or, "Oh, I'm at a party and I'm watching you," and I'm enjoy life. Do things other than watch me. Like, oh my god, you do not have to be here.
Meanwhile, my viewers are just like, yeah, I'm just here because I have nothing else to do, and I'm like, okay. I mean, cool.
Yeah, my viewers are too busy. There's like a running joke for some reason. I have like
Mm-hmm.
a large amount of people watching me who are either lawyers, worked with lawyers, have studied to be
Okay,
lawyers,
well, you know what?
just fucking know
Maybe
law.
okay, maybe you should see like the star side, like your sign chart, like whatever the fuck the crystal gaze do these days, the astral chart. Maybe you should do that. Maybe you should watch it because maybe in your future you're gonna go to prison and you're gonna need all those people.
I don't know where you were going with that, but prison was not where I anticipated.
I mean, you're probably gonna listen. Maybe you know what? Being a Genshin content creator, which by the way we need to talk about that. Uh, you will probably
Oh
go. To,
god.
I know you're trying to go away from it, but you know, whenever you do come back, because you know you always come back, and whenever you're craving those juicy views, you will come back. Whenever you do come back and you have like a hot take, you will go to Genshin prison, and you're gonna need people for that because man,
Man,
the
I
Genshin
don't
fans are
feel like
rabid.
I'm in Genshin prison. Uh, Genshin fans, they are loud.
Oh, I know. I'm aware.
They are so loud.
That's actually what you know. Part of my content is like talking about fashion, and I wanted to do a Genshin ranking statement. Well, I think that will bring it the views, right? I also don't. I There is a lot that I don't know about, you know, cultural fashion, right? Because I mean, I'm just one person, and there is also a lot that I don't know about the references or inspiration. So most of what my ranking is, if I know what it is inspired by, I would mention it, right? You know, I have to
Mm.
assert my dominance and show that I have some kind of knowledge. Uh, but when I don't, I just go with vibes. You know, I just go like, okay, you know what? This looks. I'm sure this is probably really cute on somebody else. This looks like shit on them. You know. That's just what I say. It's just what I do.
Oh,
Literally the
God.
only purpose of my ranking stream is so that I can talk shit. When I like something, I massively praise it. I praise it like it's like the second coming of Jesus Christ. But when I don't like it, believe me, I don't like. I actually don't like it when I don't like things, which is like weird, right? But because I can
Mm.
get very intense when it comes to that, so it's just like, yeah,
Like someone mentions it and you just go deadpan face. That's shit. Why are you mentioning that in my vicinity?
yeah, that's me with Crocs, and for the most part, Crocs is just like, if you saw,
You hate Crocs?
I'm sorry, I'm
No.
sorry, I'm
No, they're
okay.
so silly though.
Okay. But genuine question. Who the fuck's good, like, looks good on a toy boat of a shoe? Like, who the fuck looks good on that fucking, like,
But
supposedly
the
for
irony,
running,
the
you
ironic
know?
serve.
Listen, those things are floating devices. They float. I used to, listen, The only reason why I hate them is because I used to wear them, right? And so I have personal vendetta against them because I used to use them for running because they're supposedly a running shoe.
Oh no, no, no,
No,
no!
they're
You
meant to.
can't use that shit for running.
No, they
No.
are meant to be a running shoe. That's why they have
How
sports
many
mode.
blisters did you get from
Not even that
sport
many
mode
blisters.
Crocs?
Not even that many blisters. The thing is, I used to run out in the scorching hot because cancer. We love cancer apparently. I used to run out in the scorching hot.
Kids, use sunscreen.
I know. I do now. Nowadays I do, but when I was younger I didn't. And so I went out every single day to just get some weight down. I'm a health freak, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die tomorrow, so I need to do this right now. So I went out and just ran for like a couple months straight. And the reason why I hate them is not even because of blisters, because I didn't even get blisters.
Is it because of the tan?
Yes. I got the fucking jam. What is the fucking name from Dragon Ball Z? The three dots fucking oh, Shaolin Shodan. What the fuck is it called? With the relics. What the fuck is it called? Little Shaolin. You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna put we'll put a picture or something. But some characters who have like 3 dots on their forehead. Like the Reggies from freaking Pokemon. That was my feet. It was Reggie feet. It was.
Why did you wear socks with your Crocs?
Because I'm not doing that. I'm not a fucking frick. Because if I had to wear Crocs, I would at least be a decent person and not be a degenerate.
Are you calling me a degenerate?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at you.
Okay. Okay,
I mean,
Rinen.
listen. I don't mean to criticize anyone on their fashion. I am not one to actually criticize without people asking me. But I will make an exception today and just fuck the questions. Fuck talking about your content. What the fuck are you wearing, Mary? Like
everyone always comments on this fucking sweater.
No, yeah, like we need to talk about it. What is she feeling? What is she doing? Like
I wanted silly lines. Like I wanted to play with
But what?
I don't know, asymmetry and stuff, and I was like, you know what? I'm already going towards JoJo character. Why not go full just like
But I feel like
weird?
this is not even enough of a commitment.
Like, what are you saying? It should hang down to my hip or something?
No, yes, absolutely. I'm actually saying that. I think that it being a crop is worse. I feel like it shouldn't be a crop.
Next redesign.
You know what? Just hire me. I'll do it for you. But anyways.
Oh my god, an outfit personally designed by Rinen? Yes, please. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, folks, I know we should get into the question. This is supposed to be an interview, but I'm just having so much fun with this person, with Twig. Oh my god. You're so fun to talk to. But can I tell you something? Recently on the Twitter DMs, or well, I guess X, if you want to be ugly about it. But
no, it's Twitter.
Recently on the DMs, somebody asked me if they could recreate my gold bullet sweater drawing. Like somebody actually wants to make it in real life. They want to make my sweater.
That's so cool.
When I told you, I cried for the whole day. I was looking at that DM and be like,
that's like the dream. Honestly, I wish I could sew.
Oh, I wish I could sew too. The funny thing is, I'm a designer, but I'm not a sewer because I mean, I know how to sew more or less. It's just I'm not good at it. And
I know how to hand sew. I can't work machines. That's the thing.
I haven't even touched a machine.
Fucking hate me.
Oh,
they hate me. They have a vendetta against me. I don't know why, but they do.
But the thing is I cannot really call myself a fashion designer anymore without the girlies getting their panties in a twist. Because I tried to call myself a fashion designer at some point, and the fashion girlies were like, not on my watch, and they read me a new one. So I just went with fashion doll now. I'm a fashion doll.
You know what you do? You just pivot. Oh, I'm not a fashion designer. I'm just a character artist, because let me tell you.
Well,
Fashion girlies are always like, it's too costumey. And then like costume people are always like, it's too retail, it's too fashiony. So like honestly, it's just the same thing in a
I
trench coat
know, I
acting like they're
know.
different. Like
It's just it's the same cake, different toppings. Because
exactly.
because listen, I say this in my in one of the videos that I'm working on, but you know, a little spoiler for you. I say this that fashion is informed by our background, by our stories, by the life we have experienced as a mostly human being. I don't know. You know, we're technically not human beings, but you know, as a mostly human being,
Yeah.
we our fashion is informed by that. Like if you are a person who doesn't feel energy enough, you're not gonna put that much care into. You're gonna want to wear something that is very much easy to put on, not too much layers, just like wear and go type of situation, pret-a-porter as it's called. Um, and you know that is the same with a character. It's just the thing is, uh, when I design stuff, I try to think more about the person rather than the actual like costume, unless it said specifically. It's just like, yeah, this is supposed to be a, you know, an elegant over the top costume. Then yes, I do try to just make it more like, I guess, wearable in real life. But if I am thinking about the person, it's just like for example, for myself, right? I'm like, I did not want for this redesign in particular, because I redesigned myself. For this redesign in particular, I went for something cuter, something more feminine, because I used to have shoulders like a brick shit house, and that wasn't my thing. That was not my vibe, and so, you know, I tailored my clothes around what I wanted to be, and that is honestly, I feel like fashion should be approached the same way the character design is, and it's just
Yeah.
wear what is best for you, and if you and honestly, you one of the things is you have fashion taste. Everybody has. You have to have it if you wear clothes. You have fashion taste. It's just your fashion taste doesn't align with what's with what is mainstream, with what is correct, as of supposedly. Because you know, fashion is it was
What's supposedly correct.
yeah. I mean, listen, if you wear Crocs, I mean, you should be burned, but you know, you do you. And everybody has their own opinion. I am a very opinionated person. Fashion is subjective as fuck. And I want people to try to dress themselves up. I'm not saying that you should be. I mean, certainly not wearing that sweater. But I'm not saying that you should. That you should wear tons of layers. That you should wear a suit everywhere you go. That you should wear a corset. No. What I'm saying is I'm saying that you try to dress up with what is most comfortable for you. Like, if it's a t-shirt and a jeans, okay, how can you make it look relatively decent, you know? Like, make it yours. Make it the fact that you're wearing it's already yours, but like, what is it that you want to say about yourself in the way that you're presenting yourself? One thing that I would like to say about myself is just I want you to see green after you stop looking at me because I'm just so pink. That's it. That is the way. Listen, my
The sun, but pink.
exactly. I want to let you know that I like pink. I mean, I want to let you know that I'm pink, that I'm feminine, and that also I'm also ever so slightly sluttish, but only in theory, not in practice. But you know,
In theory, not in practice. I'm stealing that from you.
I stole it from Shoto, so you know what? You can you can correct him. It's okay.
I'm continuing the life
The
cycle of
the
this
cycle of
joke.
stolen jokes. Anyway, we should probably get to actually the point of this podcast, which is interviewing
Yeah,
you.
maybe. I don't know. We're just gonna make this into a fucking like fashion podcast talking about like
Honestly, I would
weird
love
shit. I don't know.
that. Like, I need somebody. Listen, nobody's into the fashion the same way that I am, except for maybe like Pen, who I had in my stream like a couple days ago. But even then, though, I am the person who just yaps Like I cannot shut up because I'm an extrovert. I have to have a warden,
I
you know?
love that for you, though. We need more extroverted VTubers because honestly, I'm struggling out here being an introvert surrounded by introverts. Your life is probably so much easier being an extrovert, reaching out to
No,
people.
here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Well, I got ghosted for most of the interviews. Anyway, shout out to the people who didn't read my email. Anyway,
Dang.
the thing that is hard about being an extrovert though is that yes, you can do a lot of the talking, but you cannot pull a whole entire conversation if the other person is not willing to talk. Then what are you gonna
That's
do?
fair, yeah. There
Like
is like
I,
there's an art to
mhm,
collabs
mhm.
because you gotta find someone that you can actually talk to.
I know, and that's the hard part. Like
Like, I like listening to you go on though, because you are silly and you say the silly
funny you,
words and
funny
then
you say that.
also
Funny you
you
say that, but you never show up to my streams. Hmm.
okay, that's because you're on Twitch. Get on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube, whore.
You're on YouTube?
Wait, were we just talking about fucking multitasking, multi streaming, whatever the fuck it's called?
Oh, you just multi-streaming doesn't count.
Listen, the only reason why I only stream one time per week is because I don't have any time to do thumbnails until the Saturday before the stream.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh no.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I don't do it. Because I actually, you know, unlike some people, I'm not pointing any fingers, I actually do care about my thumbnails. So,
Are you implying something here, Rinen?
listen, all I'm saying is I went to your content because, you know, I needed to research, you know, I need to figure out what you were doing, and all I'm saying is, you know, just putting a dank meme on as a thumbnail is not necessarily
I'm a shit poster at heart. What can I say?
But you know, this is a good segue. You know, fucking 30 minutes into the interview, and we haven't actually interviewed you for anything. This is a good segue though. Why don't you talk to us about your content? What do you do, and why are you a Genshin content creator? Tell us about it.
I'm a former Genshin content creator, but
You know that you're never gonna leave that stigma. You're never gonna leave it. Once a Genshin content creator.
I've escaped 2 other niches. I could do a 3rd.
Where can the people find you? You know what? That's something I've forgotten to ask of people. Like, I'm interviewing them, and I never say when can people find you.
I'm interviewing you. They don't get to see you later.
It's about me, you know?
It's about me and my channel.
Okay, can I just say something real quick before we start the interview? Actually,
but yeah,
when I collab with people,
go ahead.
When I collab with people who are like bigger than me, like I collab with Raylis, I collab with Licorice, right? I collab with people who are bigger than me sometimes, and all I like to say is just like they get nothing from this. This is just a career advancement for me. This is for me. This is not for them.
I mean, I'm here because I like the silly magic words. Yeah. But yeah, Licorice is cool.
I know.
Licorice is fucking cool.
Oh, I
love
know.
Licorice.
I love them. They're my best friend of the VTuber scene. Like we talk a lot actually. So hi Licorice. I hope you're
so chill.
Hi
Licorice. I'm Twig. I'm lore-wise mushroom turned human leader of Twigtopia. Ayo. I'm a YouTuber. I do videos every other week and streams 3 times a week, as well as intermittent, like non-scheduled, silly little shorts. A lot of what I do is just suffering. People come in to watch me suffer playing games because I'm not good at games.
Oh, me
including
too.
Genshin, which used to be my niche.
Mood, honestly, mood. I'm so bad at video games. Can I don't know if you've been keeping up. I know you haven't because you don't know that I'm on Twitch. That I'm on YouTube. Sorry, but I've been playing like my Pokemon Nuzlocke. I'm on my 4th restart.
Oh
no! And I barely even got past the first gym.
Oh no! I wish you luck. 4th time's the charm. You know what they say.
At this point, I'm just having a good time. I'm just reading the same text over and over again. It's just like it's fun. It's whatever. I want to die, and I am dying apparently. Oh, sorry. This is when you find out that I'm a bird. Anyway,
I hop around playing American Truck Simulator sometimes. Sometimes I do Stardew. Sometimes I do Final Fantasy XIV, though not very often because that's a niche that I escaped. I don't want to
honestly,
fall
we
back
should
into that
no,
niche.
you should get back into it. Listen, Down Trails right around the corner. You know what? You can take.
Yeah, I know it's a cloud opportunity, and I'm just about to start the MSQ for Stormblood
Excuse
too. So
you? Why are
like,
you so far behind?
I'm trial. I'm free trial.
Ew, you're bored. I'm kidding. Sorry, I had
No,
to.
no, 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 no,
I
no.
had
I'm
to.
doing it for a challenge. I'm trying to get my ARR Scholar weapon, which anyone watching this who doesn't know Final Fantasy XIV won't know what
No,
that
I know,
means.
no, but I know the pain. The thing that happens whenever I am on stream and I play 14 is that I just end up looking at people, well, not people, men's scotch, for a while because listen, in some shots,
I mean,
Tankard is just like out in full display, and I'm just a man. I just have to witness.
so are you a Thancred lover then?
He was my crush. Like genuinely, when I first started Final Fantasy 14, I'm like, oh, so this is my husband. So I'm getting married. Like, where do I fill the form?
Um, so for me it's Urianger, but
Oh yeah, listen, our husband left us for each other.
yeah.
I mean, right now they're in like Acapulco drinking a pina colada. So did you not see Ranger with the fucking pineapple on the downtour trailer?
No.
You know what? This is a Final Fantasy 14 podcast now. Um,
I'm so sorry to bring you on to this topic. I know that we could talk about it for literal
oh,
like
I
weeks.
know. But I mean, it is part of content because it was part of your niche, and you know what? It's a license to kill. I can talk about it.
So like my history with Final Fantasy
Hmm.
14 on my channel, I upload one shit post. And for the longest time, it was the most popular video on my channel. And it's just me complaining about how I have to craft glamour prisms
Oh, I
and
know.
gather all of my crystals on free trial. Oh my god.
The thing is though for
Where
me,
is it?
the thing is though for me is the fact that you decided to craft them instead of just buying them.
I didn't really have Grand Company seals because I was trying
Girl,
to
the fucking
do,
market board is right there. They were cheap.
You can't use Market Board on free trial.
Okay, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be poor then. She broke her neck. Oh, we broke her. Oh, damn. The poor got to her.
So I'm here. I'm just laughing. I'm so glad I found another loud VTuber.
Yay! Listen, at this point,
Yay!
we're just twins. We're just twins. Look,
You're my extroverted twin because I could never.
you know what? I bring you to the parties. I find you a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever the fuck you're into. I don't know. Are you into anything? You know what? That is a great segue. You
Into
know what?
anything?
Yeah, you know what? This is a great segue because, as you can see, I'm great at segues, and I don't totally forget about what I'm talking about. Uh,
Master.
I know. How did you find out that you were a fruit, bitch? Like, how do you find out that you were like a cherry blossom or like a
Bro, I always
coconut?
knew. So
Oh
like
yeah.
I liked women before I liked men, and I was like
Mm-hmm. Do you even
I
like
I,
men?
I
Do
am
we like men? I mean, I do. Unfortunately, I do.
so
Uh huh.
like
Mm-hmm.
I came around to them later on.
I came around to them.
Like it took until
You were
like
circling. You were circling them
17
around.
years old
Uh-huh.
for me to kind of tolerate men a little bit.
Damn, bitch. Okay.
But like from like elementary school, I was like, women,
Girl
women,
pretty.
huh?
Uh-huh. Ah. So you,
So for the longest time, I was actually convinced that I was a lesbian, but no, I'm pansexual. Haha.
also, you do like something.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, pansexual is like, I like this thing. I'm gonna marry it. That's it.
Yeah, it's literally just like If I like you, I like you. It doesn't matter what you
And there
are.
is nothing
You
you
just
can do about
exist.
her. It is
I
forcible.
am rapidly approaching your location.
So you always knew? Okay, like listen.
Yeah, no, literally.
I have to talk about my trauma to all other queers because we all go to the similar trauma.
Mm.
Except those who are literally born right now. Right now, it's so popular to be gay. It's just like if you're not gay, you're not cool. Um, but
My parents
hmm
my parents are so chill about it because, like,
really.
from yeah. So, I was raised in a very unconventional household.
Oh yeah, you turned out fine. You
Especially
turned out fine.
especially where I am,
Uh
like, most yeah, it's a weird situation to
huh.
be, like, queer here, but,
Mhm.
um my parents growing up, they were always like, you don't have to come out to us. Like,
They're like,
if
we
you
know. No,
bring
they're like, we
home
know. We know.
if you bring home someone, we don't care who the gender is. You just, like, do it. We don't care.
Okay, but what? Okay, but now question is, how do you think they would react when you actually bring a twig home?
Bring a what?
A twig, just like
A twig home?
I'm just talking about the fact that non-binaries just normally like non-binary people. They're so cool, but they also identify with the weirdest things sometimes with their names because it's like, yeah, we
I'm
have.
so sorry that I've continued this stereotype.
Oh, I know. I mean, listen. All you need is blue hair. All you need is blue hair, and you'll be golden. Uh,
Oh, no. No. For non-binary, it's, like, neon green. It's always neon green.
neon
I don't know
green.
why.
Oh,
Yes.
lovely. We're updating the program. No, but yes, it's just like for me talking to non-binaries is so lovely because they're actually like really intelligent people because apparently
Mm.
transcending the necessity for pronouns is actually kind of opens your third eye. So I got it.
Apparently. I mean, that's exactly what I experienced when I stopped giving a shit about them.
I know. It's just talking to non-binary people is just like I always had such fun time having conversations with them because they're so knowledgeable and they kind of understand my plight because technically I am non-binary. Technically, in fact, I am the binary. As you know, I'm gender fluid. I mostly identify as a man, but
Mm.
sometimes there's a girl in me. Uh, please
Mm.
don't. I'm gay. But um, no, but seriously, it's just like when it came to the choice of doing YouTube or streaming or like Twitch, right? Because YouTube streaming wasn't really a thing until like recent years, at least for us VTubers. VTubers would discover YouTube streaming. Um,
Mhm.
so like when it came to that choice, what made you choose? Like, what? How do you be like? You know what? I'm gonna infortunate people with the fact that I'm a content creator on YouTube.
There was a few factors to it.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, of course, being the fact that I didn't start as a streamer.
Wow.
I was actually a video creator weekly before I was a streamer. So my
Weekly.
first few yes, I did weekly uploads for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But back when I used to do weekly uploads, my streams were less often. It
mm-hmm.
was only like once every 3 week sort of thing. Um Because I was convinced, "Oh, streaming is so hard. I cannot do that. I cannot be entertaining for, like,
Girl.
hours on end and just talk."
I
Because
mean,
normally, in my
mm-hmm.
everyday life, I'm very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, like, silent when I'm doing things. I'm not the type of
Mm-hmm. Me
person to
too.
really
Me
talk to
too.
myself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it was, like, a skill that I had to develop, but, the fact that, like, streaming was right there on YouTube, I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then also, like,
Mm-hmm.
I tried streaming on Twitch once,
How did it go?
and my network did not like it at all. Um, so
Are
I
you?
am
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my network hates Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Even just watching Twitch, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
like it. It freezes, it has worse latency than YouTube for me. It's
Mm-hmm.
really bad. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I will be in a Discord call watching the same stream with my friends,
Mm-hmm.
and their latency will be less than mine watching the Twitch stream.
Oh, that's so
It's bad.
sad. It must be so sad for you to be watching like everything goes back to Final Fantasy 14, like the Final Fantasy 14 like live letter with your friends on Twitch is just like, oh,
They stream it on YouTube as well.
oh, I know, but that's not the fun thing to do.
I watch it on YouTube. Excuse you.
You are excused.
I watch it on YouTube with all of the Japanese viewers.
I know because I don't think Japanese viewers go there. I do find that YouTube is a lot more popular with the Japanese viewer base, isn't it?
I have
Mm-hmm.
made like weirdly enough, I've made Japanese VTuber friends from streaming on YouTube. It's like
Are they fun? What are they like? I don't ever get to
they're
interact with people who are like actually Japanese.
they're a
So.
lot more censored. At least the ones that I watch,
Mm-hmm.
or have interacted with, they're very polite and they're very
Oh.
censored. Um I always feel so bad. Like, my attitude in like English speakers chats are like crazy. I'm shit posting all over the place. I'm
Mm-hmm.
making jokes with the streamer. In Japanese live streams, I'm like, my act is just very polite, really
Yeah.
quick. I like flip
What's
because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way I can make jokes like this.
Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's the reason why, like, it is a common rule for like VTubers nowadays to be like, don't talk about any other streamer other than me. Which I don't say. I won't say I won't find it dumb because I will say it is a kind of disheartening when somebody's talking to you about somebody you don't care for. I know.
The
It does.
context.
It does for me too. It does for me too. But sometimes whenever like they go
Mm.
like keep it to the stream and whatever, and I'm like, okay, I mean, yes, to at some point you should not like change topics every few seconds, right? You should try to stay on topic on what the stream is. Particularly with me who are like I have heavy ADHD, so I get really distracted.
Mm.
But to me it just didn't feel like it was necessary to make my like enforcing my rules that oh yeah you should only talk about what I'm talking about or else because to me it's just like I mean at least for me streaming is just like I know this sounds parasocial and whatever but to me it's just having a conversation with friends like when
That's fair, yeah.
I actually the thing is recently they wanted a fan base name which I was like girl
Mm.
I because I was talking about the fact that I just didn't feel like I had a fan base. I just felt like there are just people who come watch me and who are sort of my friends, but they were like, "No, we're your fans. What are you talking about, whore?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, shit." And so they gave themselves they gave themselves a fan name, but I'm like, I still don't feel that way,
What's your fan name?
The Fluffilier. The
Filier. Oh, that's so cute though.
Yeah, it comes from combining the word fluffle, which is like a bunch of bunnies, and atelier. I also call them I also call them sometimes the dust bunnies, because the thing is that the people who happen to watch me most of the time are like 30 or older.
Ah, interesting.
So in gay world, as you know, being older than 21 is just being on the grave.
Yeah, it's weird.
I
Like if you're
know.
older than like bro, I still exist.
I know, like you're like the way that some people are like 40 in this space and they're like, oh yeah, you're a fucking old man, you're about to die tomorrow. And I'm like, bitch,
Bro.
that's not even middle age. And so I made the joke.
Old people be gay.
Little people be
Please.
gay. Old
Just
people deserve to be gay too. But yeah, it's just like I was talking about that with my community because I'm like, I mean, as a 24-year-old, I'm getting into my geriatric palliative care. I'm going there. I'm going to the nursing home.
Oh no.
So and they were like, well, if you are like that, then what are we? And I'm like, I guess you're just made of dust. You already disappeared.
Damn.
So yeah, those are my dust bunnies. But Speaking about being gay and all that, again, I'm great at fucking
Mm,
segues. Uh,
fantastic,
did your
wonderful.
sexuality somehow impact your content or appearance as a VTuber? Do you make it part of it, or did you decide to keep it separate? Like, we know that you're a they them somewhat, although you prefer she. Uh, like,
In content, I prefer she.
yeah, in content. Uh,
But it's weird
uh huh.
for me because like if you just watch my channel
Mm-hmm.
at first glance, it's easy to just assume that I am
A
cis
girl.
woman.
Uh huh. I mean,
Um
you do have those things. You don't have those knockers that could poke someone's eyes out. So.
hey, my booba isn't nearly as in VTuber
Oh,
standards.
mama! In VTuber standards, you have mosquito bites, bitch. You're.
Exactly. Like I know for a fact that like
Mm-hmm.
I am influenced by some of the like gay media that
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like in a way that is kind of subtle to where
Mm-hmm.
like if you don't know the reference, you're not really gonna know,
I mean,
you
your hair
know.
is kind of the lesbian pride flag, no? A little bit.
That was not intentional, but yeah, I can see it. Um, but yeah, most of the time it
Mm-hmm.
just happens to where I will be simping after a woman on stream
Mm-hmm.
very loudly. And
Mm-hmm.
then someone in my chat who did not know is just like, "You're gay?" And I'm like, "Yes, this was obvious from the
I
beginning."
mean, have you look
Hello.
at them? Look at them. I mean, listen. I know that in my case, you cannot really tell I'm gay until you actually listen to me talk. Um,
Mm.
at least from my VTuber perspective, because it's just like, I mean, you will think that you will think that I'm either just a fanboy or a very flat lady. Um, but
Mm.
then as soon as I speak, it's just like, no, the illusion's broken. Yeah, this is a gay ass man. I talked about this before in another podcast, and I'm gonna keep it a little brief because I did went into detail with like Chris. Is just VTuber actually helped me figure out my own baggage, my own
Oh, that's
situation.
nice.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, it was actually through fire and trauma, but because I went to one of those masher pashes thing, very lovely,
Ooh.
and in one of them, in most of them they were nice, but they were like speaking about the fact that I was really strong and I have really this big man shoulders, and I'm like, yeah,
Mm.
my gender is not vibing with that. My gender's not vibing with that description,
Mm.
and at some point I got called like a truck.
Oh, that's not good.
I know, I
That's really
know.
not good.
So through that emotional trauma, which by the way, I don't blame them. They were trying to be funny, and we say shit to be funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, but I just don't blame it. I just realized that eventually, uh, I just did not vibe with being too masculine, and I just went into the
Mm.
feminine route. And I'm like, I love it here. You know what? I'm gonna stay here.
I am
But
here. This is where I am.
this is where I am, and this is where I'm gonna stay. If I fit, I sit. And would you look at that?
Yeah.
I fit.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so is there anything particular about your design though? Like, I know you say the queer media, and obviously by the book windows and the unfortunate sweater, it's clearly queer. It's screaming they them. Um, but
Um,
anything in particular that stands out to you that you were like, no, yeah, this is clearly to appeal to the gays.
I well, for me, it's like partially
Mm-hmm.
how I choose to do like
Mm-hmm.
the proportions of my model.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar to you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I intentionally did not have that big of booba and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but also like I find that my idea of gender euphoria is the Takarazuka.
I don't know what the fuck
review.
you just said, but
It's weird to say it in English, but it's a all-female like theater group in
Oh,
Japan. And they are cunty as fuck. And I aspire to be them in every way.
So your idea of like being gay is like hyperfemininity, is that it? Like you're trying to be more feminine than anything else?
The thing about that is it's because it's an all-female theater troupe. There are otokoyaku.
Yeah,
female actors
famous
who
actors who play
act
men.
as men. And oh my god, gender euphoria.
Oh, okay. So you're more like in the neutrality of it all.
Yeah. But for my VTuber persona,
persona.
No, persona.
You said persona.
Excuse you.
You said persona. You heard it right here, folks. You heard it right here, folks. Twig is a furry. Anyway, continue.
No. I chose to be more feminine, more because of when I started, I had preconceived notions of kind of what VTubing was.
Girl, I need to interrupt you because I'm gonna shake you. I'm gonna grab you by the neck and throw you into my purse because I had the same thing. I had some preconceived notions of what male VTubing was supposed to be. And I was so afraid to be feminine.
Because back in like 2020, 2021, everything was so gendered. Like,
yeah, exactly. Either you were or you were not. That was the thing.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I've kind of like stepped my toes into breaking out of that a little bit. I also have been pulling like inspirations from like visual K people and all of that. So I you don't see it a lot in my main outfit because I didn't change my main outfit that much in my redesign because honestly, as bad as you think the sweater is, it is kind of iconic. It is one of the most recognizable parts of my design.
Oh no, I know. I mean, what I would do personally is I would just put like a safety pin, just like a big ass safety pin, just to be like, okay, this is kind of punk rock, kind of, you know, visual K is of it is kind of visual K is kind of based on this idea of goth. It's like it's gothic punk, but not quite. It's like light, almost.
It's glam. It's glammy.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit more. It's supposed to look cooler than actual punk is supposed to be. Punk is supposed to look a bit more scrappy. But I feel like if you just strap a safety pin right there, it will look cool. But you know what? This can make a great segue to talk about your fashion, though. In general, that is supposed to be one of the end questions. But you know what? Just what you're gonna talk about it now. Could you please stand up?
Just scramble it up.
I know. At this point, I've given up on having any kind of formula. So can you
another interview foiled by Twig?
No. This is not even your fault. This is my fault because I just point.
Okay, thank God I'm not at fault for once.
Here's the thing: if you will know me, if you watch me, and I know that people who watch me actually know that I ping pong between topics so fast that I actually forget what I even talked about 10 minutes ago.
I love that though, honestly. Fantastic. I'm having a fantastic time.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm good. Well, listen, that fantastic time is about to end because you need to stand up and show us your fashion. Please stand up. With the person named Twig to stand up. Yes, please. If you can, like, zoom out. You know, I know you have no legs. Well, I mean, listen, I'm gonna join you there. Listen, as you can see, I'm pulling the table up. No, why is the table moving? Well, the table's gone.
Wow,
now.
You just delete the fucking table.
I know. Where is my fucking model? Hello? You know what? I guess I don't exist no more. But yeah. You have fishnet? Oh no, this is not fishnets. It's that is a very
I used to have fishnets.
Uh-huh.
They were above the boots, in between the
But you know what?
shorts and the boots.
I'm gonna join you into
But
being like you are legs for days, Jesus. I'm gonna join you into
exactly.
I'm gonna join you into being like accurate with our sizing because technically I am a doll, so I will be like around here.
I'm also canonically 6'3", so
Can you look at this? I know. Can you look at my screen right now and look at the different side of
yeah, I see.
But yeah, actually, the thing is that for us, for these proportions to work, I am standing very, 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 very in front of the camera, and they're just like really far behind me. It's really cool. I feel like I feel like from all of the aspects that you have, I feel like the skirt is probably my favorite part. Um, Although it does kind of bug me that you're not continuing the line between both of
The
the
line.
skirts. You have two skirts. At least I think it's two
They're
skirts.
actually shorts. Haha,
Oh,
shorts.
yeah, the
Wow.
shorts. The fact that you have like a line on the shorts, I don't remember what that's called, a border, whatever. Uh, oh, would you look at that? Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely, folks? Don't you love it when we use a green screen and it's just and just yellow? You know what?
I'm so
It's
sorry.
part of the fabric. It's part of the fabric. But anyway, it just bothers me that
Yeah.
you don't continue the line, the pink line from the shorts into the skirt.
Oh, like the line should be lower.
I know it bothers me.
Oh.
It bothers my brains. It bothers the. Oh my god! Don't show your tushy. You're gonna censor me. But yeah, I mean,
My tushy. My
leg for
tushy is
days.
covered. Excuse you.
Legs for days though. Legs for days. So like do you want to explain though, like what inspired your outfit? What is it? Yeah, I know we talked a little bit about a visual kei, but is there anything else? Or do you just want to?
So
Mhm.
this outfit in particular, it doesn't really go for my
Mhm.
other outfits on this model, but
Mhm.
this outfit in particular is very. When I designed it on the first model, it was
Mhm.
meant to be more like gyaru type of like wild girl aesthetic. The boots are actually inspired by real boots that I own.
Do they go that high? Jesus.
I do have thigh-high
Okay.
boots.
To be
They're
fair,
not pink, they're black.
actually, to be fair though,
Um,
they're kind of low for thigh high boots. Like for the amount of leg that you have, I will expect them to be slightly higher. But
mm, 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 mm. The original one didn't have the skirt cut out. It was just a regular skirt. The skirt was also longer.
you
Um,
didn't. You weren't trying to demonetize me by showing your coochie, apparently.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I see a little
Sir.
harm motif, and that's something big about Gyaru is just like they wear a lot of It's almost Gyaru and Decora have a lot in common in the way that it's just like very decorativism. It's just Gyaru doesn't go as far as Decora does. Decora is just literally throw everything to the wall. Um,
Yeah. Also the sweater was actually part of the Gyaru
yeah, no, we
inspiration.
need
'Cause
we
yeah.
need to get away from that. You know what? Okay, listen.
You're like
I would like
against the sweater.
I would like it if it went with literally anything else on your outfit, but it kind of just stands out a little bit too much.
I just like the pop of brown, especially since my eyes and like my eyebrows are shaded in brown.
No, that's fine. I'm
Like,
not talking about that. I'm talking about actual styling.
mm.
Actually caring about the way that your garments look,
Mm.
unlike some people.
Mm.
Um, but no, like being actually serious though, I really do like your outfit. Like I never got a chance to see it in full because well, you're almost never showing leg. For despite the fact that
Yeah.
honestly, just get up and be a leg VTuber at this point. Just like you have so much leg to not be.
Just go.
Exactly. You know
Hi
what?
guys, it's Twig.
You know what? You're doing good with with your inspiration. You're Twiggy now.
Yeah, I am Twig. I am a Twig.
But yeah, just look at these boots, Mama. I love these boots. Oh,
Can you still see
oh,
that?
okay. I love this. I love this. 10 out of 10. Fucking 10. Okay, well, that kind of looks weird, but 10 out of 10 though. I love the scallops. Oh my god, that is so pretty. What the fuck?
Exactly. And like over here,
Damn,
this
them heels
motif
though.
is continued on the shoulders. Because I have
Ooh.
tattoos.
Would you
And
look
then the
at
mushroom is back here.
you know what? This is the power of being 3D, guys. This is the power of being 3D. People actually care about what everything else look like. Like when you're a normal VTuber, people don't care about your feet.
But when you're 3D, when you can show off the feet,
Oh, I know. People are just like, just the feet, please. Thank you. Actually become a feet
just the feet,
VTuber.
only the feet.
Exactly. But I really like your outfit. Like just in general, I really like it. I just uh you know,
The
sweater.
sweater.
But like to be honest, I genuinely do think like I love my guests have genuinely amazing fashion. And I love it. And I just man, it just looks so cool. I mean, I'm still really happy to see the full outfit now because you know, sometimes some things don't look as good without the context of the everything else.
Mm. Like
So
if you just see the sweater and that's it, you're like, what the fuck is she wearing?
but then you look like then you zoom out and you realize that she's a psycho and she's just wearing everything and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
No, but on a serious note, I really do like everything. I do kind of see the Gare inspiration, although nowadays that will be qualified a little bit more coquettish. But you know,
Yeah,
uh,
that's true with the ribbons and stuff.
yeah, with the ribbon, the hearts, the pink. But you know, at this point,
Mm.
if it's pink, it's coquette. Apparently, that's just what
I
people.
don't I don't I don't keep up with like the
Oh,
aesthetic
I
stuff,
know.
man.
Listen,
I have no clue.
listen. The thing about coquette is just like it is like diet Lolita.
Not even. Cause Lolita, I'm passionate about
Mm-hmm.
Lolita because I used to be in the Lolita scene.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Coquette is very like. Not only does it use different materials than Lolita a lot of the time,
Mm-hmm.
like completely
Are you
different
talking about the
silhouette.
fabrics or oh no the silhouette? Okay. Uh huh.
Yeah, the fabrics. Because I've seen Coquette use a lot of satins, a
It's
lot
like
of
bridal
silks.
almost, right?
Yeah. And they'll use a lot of more like form-fitting aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Not aesthetics, form-fitting like silhouettes. Whereas Lolita, very like you're either A-line, like baby doll dress, or you're cupcake, like full
Although
cupcake.
then
So,
then there comes like the matter of personal style and choice, personal taste. Because I've seen
mm.
Lolita outfits that are just like more of a lean into rococo like nightgown,
Yeah.
or going more into like undergarment type of back in the olden days when they used to wear corsets to sleep and stuff like that,
Mm.
and like short like kind of like historical undergarments, you know what I mean?
There's a
uh
lot of Lolitas who would argue,
uh-huh.
especially Western Lolitas, but there's a lot of Lolitas that would argue that that sort of style is Lolita inspired, but not actually Lolita. Because actual Lolita has a lot of rules that like you learn in the fashion
Mm-hmm.
community. It's
But
actually a really cool community.
I
But
mean I mean, to me, that's just kind of
um
like it goes against my principle of just do whatever the fuck you want. Uh,
That's true, but
because
if you think about
mhm.
it, it's more than just a fashion.
I do know that it has a particular reason for existing. Honestly, most fashion does. Let's be honest here. Most
Yeah,
fashion does.
that's true.
Uh,
Fashion is intertwined with culture like 99% of the time.
Most of the time, like even things like Y2K, they are
Yep.
very tricked by like I said, like we talked about before. Fashion is very informed of it's informed by your life experience, right? But to
Mhm.
me, having rigid rules and breaking them for style, that is the
Mm.
mark of having personal style. Like, I love
Mm.
Lolita, I really do. Uh, and I love cupcake dresses. I love alien dresses. I
Yeah.
love to see it whenever people go out to that and they're just wearing like not a miniskirt, just like a very like a but to the body like skin tight ruffly dress, like something that is very
Mm.
clearly it still has the same materials as Lolita, but it's just skin tight, right?
Mm.
And to me, that's just like okay, that is taking fashion and making it your bitch. That is taking fashion and having your personal style. You are one
That's true.
that yeah, you are one to wear uh you're one to wear skin tight stuff and you like Lolita aesthetic, but your mark, your sort of thing that you want to do and that you know that you look good is that just having skin tight stuff is just that is cool to me. Like I understand
It
that
is
there
very cool.
mm-hmm,
I just know that the Lolita community is a certain way about their style. They're very protective of it.
and
Especially
listen
since like
mm-hmm,
specifically in that community, there's
mm-hmm,
an issue where a lot of people will come in and try to fetishize it. So they've become very protective of it,
mm-hmm,
especially in the West.
mm-hmm,
Japanese Lolitas though, they go fucking crazy.
mm-hmm,
They're insane sometimes.
mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But yeah
it's a
mm-hmm.
whole different universe of fashion and
To
alternative
be honest
stuff.
that's to be honest, that's the reason why I just tell people to do whatever they want. Because at the end of the day,
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
fashion rarely harms anyone. Rarely, uh,
Yeah.
unless you're being dramatically making fun of of the actual wave of it, right? Um, because
Mm.
there is the people who fucking wear a bikini on top of a full dress just because and that to me is
Mm.
mocking alternative style and fashion, is not actually having a style. um
Mm.
and I believe that what, if you're not harming anyone, and if this is you, if this is who you want to be, and you are okay with how you will be perceived, then go for it. Go for it. Like
That's fair.
if you're a skin tight dress Lolita, then go for it. Just know that you probably won't get along with other Lolitas, and that's fine. Um,
A lot of other Lolitas might not call you Lolita, but they'll still probably enjoy your fashion.
exactly. Like, listen, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
they're just labels. Like, they're important
Yeah.
labels, but
Labels are just disregard them,
they're
honestly.
optional. Like, going back to gender and everything, labels are optional.
Yeah.
And we talk about you as a content creator, as a VTuber, right? And what inspired your
Mhm.
design. But you were not a VTuber from the start, though. In fact, I mean, I guess you were, in a sense, you were a VTuber, but for a lot of your videos, did not have your VTuber model. Like, I went really bad
I
back.
was faceless.
Uh huh.
So,
So
I
what
was
was
only a
that? What? Uh huh.
VTuber I was only a VTuber when I streamed.
Mhm.
But I was faceless because when I was recording, I didn't wanna have to deal with trying to splice my VTuber model in there. It was literally purely only editing
Mhm.
that I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be a VTuber."
Honestly, me too. That's the reason why for my recorded videos I use my PNG. Like, it's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't have the time to like be actually have like an interesting face and actually have an interesting voice. It's like either one or the other. I can't do that.
And when I was recording those videos, so I
Mhm.
would sit down with my friends to play Genshin
Mhm.
for like 2 hours, and all you see in those videos are like the cool parts,
Mhm.
like the fun parts.
Mhm.
You'll notice there's almost no silence, but when you're playing a game for like 3 hours with your friends, not
Mhm.
with content creators, but your friends,
Mhm.
there's gonna be tons and tons of silence. And
Mhm.
besides like trimming all of that down and doing all the effects that I used to do,
Mhm.
like I just didn't want to have to deal with trying to make sure my VTuber was in frame the whole
Mhm.
time and like
Mhm.
worry about blocking the screen or like try and record both my VTuber and my game at the same. It just
Mhm.
wasn't worth it for me. So I was like, nah.
It's like
But
I'm
once
not
I
gonna do that.
started doing
Mhm.
like video essay content.
Mhm.
Video essay content was easier because then I could script, record my model, and then just make everything after.
Mhm.
So
To
that's when
me,
I started
to me,
using the VTuber.
that's actually something I find really hard for me. It's just like because I do like I have my script where I improvise on the fly. If I find that it doesn't sound good, I will improvise on the fly,
Mm.
right? Because sometimes what you put on paper doesn't really translate when you speak it. Um,
Mm.
and to me, that just like I don't like it whenever there's like a lot of cutouts. Uh, like it's kind of my
Mm.
personal bugbear. Like when you can notice cutouts visually, right? Um, so to me, it's like
That's why you don't move a lot when you speak.
I do though. I do. That's a thing. Like I do move my face a lot, my head around a lot. Like that is something I do, unless I'm completely
Mm.
concentrated, right? And so when I decided that I was gonna make like long form videos, I decided, you know what? As much as I'm gonna have my VTuber model, I think it might just be better for me to have just a PNG for that because I just
Yeah.
it will take me forever to record videos. Like it will take me forever. Because I not only am I because if I do a VTuber model, I have to have a good face while saying it, but also I have to have an interesting voice by saying it, and just my brain doesn't work like that. It's either one or the other. So, you know.
For me, it took practice. Like, if you
Mhm.
watch my older video, well, not even older. Like,
Mhm.
if you watch my Genshin video essays
Mhm.
and compare that to the short that I recently uploaded,
Mhm.
oh my god, it's night and day. Both
Mhm.
from, like, the recording aspect of it, but also from the animated aspect of it,
Mhm.
from, like, the quality of it. It just takes time and practice, and, like, I remember when I started making them, I have a
Mhm.
stutter when I read out loud.
Mhm.
Um, Getting over that and finding ways to record where, like, I don't get frustrated at myself that was a big hurdle that I had to get over.
Honestly, if you have any
Um
tips for honestly not just for starting VTubers, but for me, for that because I fucking
I'll normally sit down,
mhm.
have my recording software. I'll make sure to test the audio before I start recording because, oh my god, if I'm gonna record a video and then I come back to the edit later and I
Mhm.
have to re-record the entire video, I will go ballistic.
Mhm.
Um, because of the amount of work that it takes
Mhm.
to record a video without a stutter.
Mhm.
And then while I write the script, I'll normally practice speaking it. That's how I catch the, like, weird, like, "Oh, this doesn't feel good to speak," sort of
Mhm.
thing, and it also kind of helps me train my stutter a little bit because
Mhm.
it's not my first time reading that script.
Mhm.
Um, and then once I get to the recording, if I do end up stuttering, I just pause in the middle of the thing and then do
Oh, and
another
then
take.
then do it again. Yes, I do that too.
Yeah.
I do that too. Sometimes I'll be just reading like something like I'm just gonna read out one of the future questions. I'm gonna spoiler a little bit, but I'm just gonna do an example, right? And I just go, Genshin Impact
Mm.
is particularly big on hinting at queer relationships and blah 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 between characters and door. Wait, what? What did I just say? And then Genshin Impact is, you know.
For me, it's
Mhm.
it goes Genshin Impact is like, I don't even like, "Huh? What did
Oh,
I
and the
just,
worst part
like,
is whenever
completely reset."
whenever you know whenever you know you're not dyslexic, but sometimes like when you're reading on the fly, you kind of switch the words. Or I don't know if that's dyslexia
I,
and I'm stupid, but I sometimes when I'm reading, I'm just like change the words for something that sounds better in my brain, and I just go, well, that wasn't part of the script. So now because it's not part of the script, if I need to re-record it, I don't remember what I fucking said.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have to stay to the script because if I have to re-record, yeah. But normally, I will
Mm-hmm.
do takes on the same recording until the recording is done, and if I have to re-record one part, I just re-record the entire script. I don't know why I'm that way, I just prefer working with,
No,
like,
because here's the
1
thing.
string of video
Sometimes,
versus,
sometimes
like, 4.
no, the thing, and that is the thing also too. That's also something about voice acting that I learned too, is that if you're not recording all your lines in the same session, you're gonna sound different.
Right. I will take that long-ass video, like, 10 to 12 minutes for a 3-minute video, uh, recording, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it in my editing software, and I will edit it to the gods. Like, I'm saying splicing words together,
Mm-hmm.
uh, deleting all of my breaths. I
Mm-hmm.
don't in most of my video essays, especially my older ones, you will not hear me breathe.
I find that sometimes that is good and sometimes that is bad. Is like sometimes the delivery for something needs to have the breathe on it, or else it's gonna sound really flat. But for the most part,
Yeah,
I
and
could have cut out my breathing too because I breathe a lot. I forget. Fun fact about me: I
everyone
forget
breathes a
breathing.
lot.
No, well, yes, everyone breathes. Thank you so much for fucking pointing it out, you fucking smartass. No, I'm talking about the fact that when I breathe, when I talk, I forget to breathe, and so I go on really long,
Oh
and
no!
then
So
eventually I
you just
start.
go. "Ba, ba, 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 ba."
No, 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 not even that. I go on until I start losing my voice, and I realize that I haven't breathed in for good half a minute.
Oh no!
And that is bad for me because that's what makes me so tired while I stream. Because I'm
I
literally
can't
passing
imagine
out.
talking enough to where like you forget to breathe. That's a little intense.
I mean, it's an hour and a half, and we're not even halfway through the question. So
Okay, we should probably speed that up. Oh my
yeah,
god.
going back to what your videos and you talking about editing and the fact that you started with Genshin, right?
Mhm.
The first video that took off for your videos in particular was this Genshin map is crazy, where you literally just read
That's
out.
not actually true.
Oh
So,
well, but I get fuck my life then. I guess I did my research. And fine, whatever. Take over the podcast. I'm gone. Bye. Are
so
you
the
serious?
first video that really blew up for me was
Okay, let's define blew up. I'm talking about thousands, not 100.
the first one for me was Final Fantasy 14 free trial experience with 12,000 views.
Oh well, I
So
think you know
that's
what
why I was in the Final Fantasy niche for so long, and then
I didn't scroll down that far
finally
apparently.
finally, the first Genshin one to blow up wasn't this Genshin map is
Okay, you
crazy.
know what?
That one got residual support because it was the video before the one that blew up. The one that actually blew up was what your name card says about you. And that's what's spurred that kind of series on my channel.
You know what?
Yeah, I know
Scalp
my
me.
history. I'm
Fucking
sorry.
scalp me. Fucking scalp me. Fucking drag me into the mud. Fucking tell me that I'm ugly and do my job better than I do. Jesus, fine. Well, I guess that question. I guess that question's out of the water. Anyway, the purpose of that question was, and I guess it could apply to the other videos. Did you ever thought that was going to blow up like that? Like, did you?
Never.
Did you?
Especially not the Final Fantasy
Uh huh.
14 one. Okay, so that video was the bane of my existence for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you watch the Final Fantasy 14 free trial experience on my channel, you
By the
will
way, go
see
subscribe.
there is no editing on it, basically. It is horrible. It's a shit video. It should never have been created. It's horrible. No one should watch that video. It's just me complaining about glamour prisms. And it has the shitty little audio track. It's spliced clips
Please
of
tell
me
me it's
just
fucking
crafting
papaya.
glamour prisms
Please tell
and
me.
like random ass captions that aren't even they're not styled. Like, I hate that video so much.
Isn't it the curse of just a content creator? The video that you hate the most is the thing that the people
It's
that
the
like the
one that
most.
blows up.
I
Yeah.
know. In my case, like when I started streaming, right? My Uki design collections stream is the one that blew up, right? Because people thought that I was actually like streaming with Uki, I think. Um, and I guess one leg up for clickbait. But
So real though.
I hate that stream so much because it was one of my first streams on YouTube.
Oh no, that
And
always happens too.
I know. And the worst part is because it's a drawing stream and it was one of those drawing streams where I didn't have people talking and you just hear me like saying
Oh
absolutely. It's not that I don't
no.
talk because I talk a lot, as we have established, but
Mhm.
It's just me saying absolute random shit just to fill up the air because I didn't. It's because I ran out of topics to talk
So
about.
relatable for art streams, though.
I know. Which is why I don't do them. I don't do them as often as I did anymore because it's like I have to have people
Yeah, I
there
can't
or
do
else.
V-Roid streams as often because I'll just be silent the whole time
No,
because I'm
or me
like
talking and
internally
no. In
screaming.
my case, I get nothing done because I'm just talking.
I'm the opposite problem. It's one or the other, truly. For art streams, you're either getting stuff done or you're talking. Like, there's no in between.
I know, and it's just like I either get so silent that I'm not saying anything. And I'm trying to read out the same line like 3 times, or I talk so much and it's been 2 hours and I barely just got the sketch done. Which is the reason
I'm
why
so
the
sorry.
Uki which is the reason why the Uki collection spans 3 fucking streams.
God.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I guess fuck me. I tailor all of your questions to be about Genshin Impact, so you know what? Fuck me, fuck my drag, and fuck my personality, I
No,
guess.
no, 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 no. You can ask me Genshin questions. It's fine. I'm good.
You know, perhaps we'll do a part 2, maybe for next Prime about your Final Fantasy 14 era.
Oh
But
God.
you know, the next question I had in line for you though, and this is like relating to we talked a lot about the Genshin Impact community. Well, we didn't talk too much about it, but we did mention it, and we did mention like your rise.
We alluded to
we,
it.
we alluded to it. But we talked a lot about Genshin, about your feelings about it, about how much you want to break out from it. But you know, there is a lot of Genshin that has to do a lot with the queer community because we the queers see something and we like stick to it.
That's true.
Since Genshin is big and big queer baiting almost like it's very much hinting about the fact that almost everybody in that game is gay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is a good way to go about this kind of representation? Like, just
I don't think it's good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since a lot of the Genshin representation is done through like subtext and kind of like if you know, you know sort of things. But like I don't think Hoyoverse is exactly to blame for that because they are having to deal with censorship laws.
Well, let's say this. Let's think about it this way: the suits at Hoyoverse are the ones who are to blame, not the creatives.
Yeah. I don't blame the writers for it. I don't blame the character artists for it.
I mean, because even the writers are like heavy implying it's like literally in the most recent like Sino quest, it's just like, oh no, yeah, Tainari and Sino finger each other. It's just like it's obvious. It's obvious. Yeah. Quite literally that Kaveh and El Haytham are literally getting along better. They almost get.
They are literally my roommate.
I know, and they were roommates type of situation. And I wanted to talk about this because there is a lot of war on Genshin about who is queer and who isn't, because everybody has a queer subtext. Like almost every single character. Like look at Lerchino, for fuck's sake. If that's not a fucking non-binary person, I don't know who the fuck it is.
It's my fucking queen. That's my father. I love her so much.
But even that subtext, just the fact that she prefers to be called father, that she doesn't like to be like to wear dresses, but she still likes being called a female.
Yeah.
It's just like there is a lot of subtext going on, like particularly with Lainey. Oh my god, the drama with Lainey just being apparently the Koreans not liking the fact that he looks flamboyant, and they were like, gay, homosexual, queer.
All I will say is that the Genshin fandom carries a lot of that culture, and I'm glad that a lot of the Genshin fandom like fills in the blanks.
Just say that gay people exist, miHoYo.
I wish that Genshin was not being made in a country where you physically cannot like distribute.
The worst part is that right now the only reason why they're still adhering to that because they're not even making it in China anymore. They're in Singapore.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
They
didn't know they
moved.
moved.
They moved. When that's why it's Hoyoverse now, not MiHoYo. It's Hoyoverse because they moved. They moved their
That's
base out of
why they
China.
changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
they moved their base out of China, but they still try to market to China. Therefore, they have to.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like a major part of their
Mm-hmm.
player base. I don't think as consumers we can like expect them to just throw that away.
Oh, I know. There's a
Unfortunately, but like, oh god.
because I don't know if you've noticed. I don't know if you have your hand in the polls that the VTuber community is very fond of Genshin. Like we were practically raised by
Yeah.
it. Like
Yeah.
the sign sensibilities. Not even talking about playing the actual game. The sign sensibilities, body types, the way that our eyes are. Listen, the only reason why VTuber eyes
Mhm.
are so fucking detailed is because of Genshin.
Genshin and illustrators as well.
Yeah,
I
illustrators
think.
in general, but I mean, I literally shoplifted these sites from Hotel, so I cannot talk shit. But you know, Genshin Impact is infamous for its character designs and fashion choices. You know, ranging
Mm.
from the greatness of Diluc to Dory. So, uh,
Oh,
do you believe? Like going back into Genshin and kinda still within the VTuber community, do you think that sexualization can often undermine the character?
I don't know. It's a hard subject because like
Oh, to me, it's not hard ass to hard at all. If you want some time to formulate your thoughts, I can speak on it because I have a gospel based on it. Um,
oh, go ahead.
in the meantime, while you gather your thoughts, I hate the amount of sexualization on Genshin, and it's even more. If it's even worse on Honkai Star Rail,
Mm.
it's even worse. Um, like literally looking at all the Shiansho ladies. Anyway, going back into we were talking about it before, character design and meaning and the way you dress, right? Uh, character design has to say what the character is because you're writing it. You have to go first impressions, and so sexualization to me ruins a character like Sucrose, like Topaz, who
You think Sucrose is
yes,
sexualized?
she has her breasts out and she has a fucking and listen, she's not even the worst case of it.
I don't think she's the worst. That's why I'm
No, no,
like,
no, no. But the reason why it's ruined for me is because a character like her should not have her thighs out. I don't think she would. I don't think she would care. And I know it's. I know that I probably will get kind of backlash for this, but you have to understand that characters are but somebody made that decision. That is not free
mm,
will type of situation. Somebody made that decision. Somebody
mm.
actively decided that, you know what?
Someone characterized her that way.
Yeah, exactly. So somebody actively decided, you know what? Sucrose is shy. She doesn't talk much. And she probably would prefer to not be perceived that much. But let's have her on a fucking dress as short as high as the sky goes. Let's put her on a
Mm.
garter and let's have her breast out.
I
And
think it's just kind of the plight of gacha games,
I
right?
know,
Because
oh, I
you want
know.
your characters to be as marketable, so like kind of the characters design
But
can go
here's
on the
the
back
thing.
burner, but there's
Honk.
good character design somewhat.
I
It's
know.
weird.
It's weird.
But
It's
like
weird.
talking about it in the context of VTubers, I think it also comes down to marketability,
Oh,
right?
I
Because if you're a
know.
VTuber and
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting down and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
an ASMR mommy. You know that that model is gonna have some bazongas. That model's gonna have some honkers, probably the dead mom haircut as well. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but they all have it. um,
Uh-huh.
I think it also comes down to like preconceived notions.
Uh-huh.
The people who go into VTubing who are not gonna be like that, oftentimes do not have an idea of the character they wanna make.
Oh, I know.
So they're like, look at what these companies are doing, and you know what the companies are focused on? Profit. So
Profit.
the companies
Sex
are like,
sells.
we're gonna make some ikemen and some waifus for you guys, and then the indies just look at that and go, okay, I guess this is what VTubing is, and then they sit down and they make a sexualized model, even if they might not be comfortable with it. It's a very complicated issue.
Yeah, and it's an issue I wish to break to wake up people from. It's just like, girl, you don't have to be this way. Like, please
Don't
actually.
let people who are not you dictate your content.
And also
Make your own content.
exactly, and also don't also take my words as gospel. Like, do what you want. If you wanna look as bad as Sela from Hunker Star Rail, do you. That is your hot
hate
take.
to the ASMR mommies. I love you. Smorchies.
I mean, listen, look at this
Mwah.
lesbian. I mean, speaking of like, we do talk a lot about we have been talking about it, and we still talk about it, the pressure that we felt originally as to fit into molds, right, as VTubers and as people. Do you ever feel pressure by others to fit into a box of what queerness should be? Like, do you ever feel like you as a content creator should express your queerness in a different way? Like, do you think that people get mad at you for yelling about the fact that you love women?
I mean, I haven't actually had any backlash from my sexuality in any way, which is really nice, but it's partially because I'm very hard on the people who watch me. I'm very strict with moderation. To the point where if someone doesn't sleep, they're gonna get timed out. I don't want people not taking care of themselves.
Okay, I haven't slept.
But
anyway,
well, goodbye. Bye, Rinen.
Stream ends. That's it.
Yeah. But I think if I was younger, I would have felt the need to be a little bit more performative with my sexuality, to be a little bit more obvious with it. That would have been a fear a few years ago of like, oh God, do people think that this is just like an act or something? But ultimately, like, those sorts of thoughts are just kind of insecurities, and they're just kind of being hard on yourself. I think you should just do what feels natural for you and don't sweat it, because ultimately you'll just get more burnt out if you're just like, oh yeah,
surprisingly,
I'm the epitome of gay.
surprisingly, for folks who don't know, or for people who are just getting into VTubing, surprisingly, most of us don't act because that's really fucking tiring. Most of us are just this
Especially when
weird.
you're on stream for like 2 hours at a time, like 3 times a week. Like, you're not gonna be able to keep up and act for that long, and even if you are, it's gonna slip occasionally.
If your favorite VTuber companies, they don't just hire anyone. They hire somebody who fits into the model because they know that eventually that mask will slip, and there has to be something
the thing
similar.
About VTuber auditions, if any of you are thinking about auditioning for a company, first of all, think about your career as an indie first. But second of all, you will get rejected like 99% of the time, and it's not necessarily because your content is bad, it's more because they're trying to fit a character. It's more of like an acting gig than anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, listen, I know people who have auditioned before who is just 15 seconds and the video is never watched again. Why?
Yep.
Because the moment they hear your voice, they know you're not gonna fit.
Yep.
So, and if you do fit, okay, they have to look at the other aspects of your personality and be like, okay, if this happens, will that look good with the model?
Exactly.
Like, if I suddenly start talking about sucking cock, will that look good on the model?
I mean, for some companies, they
They
accept
like
that.
that.
They actually encourage that.
I
But
know, but
yeah,
you
I
know.
will say for like anyone who have deeper voices like I, who present as femme, good luck. I know that companies will often go for more high pitch melodic voices, so I'm rooting for you.
Listen,
There
eventually,
more
eh,
deep voice women representation in companies, please.
please, please,
Ah,
and also please just
please.
hi, please, and also if you need somebody, we're right here. You know, we're two content
I
creators.
mean,
You know,
I'm already 3D.
I
I
know,
know
right?
about
You're one step ahead.
it.
You're one step ahead of the. You know, Nikki Sanji, I know you're watching. So I'm trying to find a segue for the next question. Just give me one moment, okay?
You could just ask the question.
For an interview to be naturally, there has to have a segue. Anyway, I guess you did mention it before that you did have inspirations for your design on other queer media that you have. Do you have any particular content creators that you watch? Any queer any queries, like any gays? Huh?
Asking about the content creators I watch is hard because I don't really follow like specific people, you know?
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it first. Twig doesn't support their friends.
No. I mean, I support my friends, but I don't really see my friends as like content creators, if that makes sense. I see them as friends.
Uh
Um, but like, I don't know. When I'm just on YouTube, just watching
huh.
videos or whatever, I don't pay attention to channels half the time. There are people I follow, but I don't really like have Oshis. Like people would normally have Oshis.
Sacrilege. You
So
must have a no if you're a
I
VTuber.
know, I know. It's bad because when I did my debut of this model, I had like a slide that was Oshi's and it was all like flesh tubers that no one had ever heard about.
Speaking of flesh tubing, are you interested in that?
The most I will do is hand cams. And I've spoken about this a little bit on my channel just
Mm-hmm.
in passing, but I used to be a cosplayer, and that
Mm-hmm.
really wrecked sort of my self-image to the
Mm-hmm.
point where I just don't want to have to think about how I
Yeah.
look anymore.
The
Um,
smoking mirrors of having to look like a character and people being very mad if that you don't.
yeah, I mean, like when you get to the point of cosplay when you're like going to photo shoots and having to edit yourself and things like that, it's in the competitive scene, it's really easy to fall down a difficult sort of hole
Mm-hmm.
with that. And I started feeling kind of both like
Mm-hmm.
less confidence in myself and then like really bad about my gender. So I was like, you know what? No.
You know what? It's time to give up the
I just
ghost.
opted not
Uh-huh.
to. And so I just
Uh-huh.
stopped caring.
I feel like that's the general feel of this whole episode of the podcast is don't give a fuck.
Yeah, really.
I mean,
That's
we
like
did,
the Twig
like we,
mantra, just I don't give a shit.
uh,
Please.
quite literally,
Please just be normal.
like we did tonight, folks. Like we did tonight. Like even though it's the morning, like we did today. It's just we did not care about fucking formula. We just jabbed,
Mhm.
and that made us have a
Mhm.
2 fucking hour recording. So, um, yes, you know,
I'm
I know
so
you have
sorry for your editor.
the editor is me for this episode. So,
I'm so
uh,
sorry, Rinen.
but you know, I think that's probably all the questions that I have for you because you just group half of them because most of them were fucking based on the video, the impression that was your
I'm sorry.
popular video. Uh, Any last words? I feel like we talked at length and ad nauseum about the issues of VTubing and the issues of Genshin Impact. And before you go, do you want to talk about something positive of your experience? Liking VTubing. What has been your uh, the positive experience that you had. Any last words, or perhaps do you want to tell people where they can find you?
Well, first of all, you can find me on YouTube at
Mm-hmm.
youtube.com/@twigvt,
Mm-hmm.
or you can just type into Google Twig VTuber, and I am the first like 6 results that show
We
up.
love
I am so sorry.
we love
I'm
it.
so sorry to the other Twig VTuber. There is one other of us, and I am so sorry. I fucked his algorithm.
we love search engine optimized names.
But also I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I've survived for so long because this has become sort of a outlet for my creative projects.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the streams that I do are pretty silly, but I do have like multiple things on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I'm always scheming. I am
Mm-hmm.
always planning.
Mm-hmm.
I am the bringer of events. But it was a joy. I'm so glad I was able to be on the podcast despite scheduling nightmares.
Oh, I know. This person canceled me two times, by the way. It's okay. One of them wasn't your fault. The other one was totally your fault, but oh, we lost them. We lost them.
I have ascended to the immortal plane.
Knowing that we're gonna have to split the bill and perhaps go to jail together because, like I said, we broke in. We might, you might see us, we might not, but if you enjoy me just yapping at random people who actually say yes to my fucking interview, no, but really, they're generally people I admire. So if you enjoy this, or if you just enjoy me as a person, just generally yelling about fictional
Support
men.
Rinen. Subscribe to Rinen.
But I mean, at least I didn't have to say it. I was struggling so much. But yeah, if you enjoy me, if you want to see this next year, because this is gonna be a reoccurring thing for every year for Pride Month, subscribe. Oh my gosh, look! Would you look at that? They are putting a light show for us. They're somehow red and blue, so we should probably get going.
Huh?
Bye bye, y'all.
Oh, the cops. Oh.